Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Last time... I don't want to talk about it. And this time, I think as a result of last time, I want to sort of have a bit more laid back of an episode. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to come in here to the Pokemon Center and buy a whole ton of Pokeballs. Let's see, I think 40 will probably hold us for quite a while. And I think we're gonna try and catch some Pokemon in an area of Castelia City that we actually have not explored yet. Which I hinted at a couple of episodes ago, but I got a little bit lost. So we're gonna head back down into the sewers, and hopefully I will be able to locate it without trouble. So we come right down in here, and we're probably gonna find some wild Pokemon in here. If we head, not this way, if we head up around this direction, there should be those stairs that we encountered a few videos ago, but I never actually went up them. Let's see. Got a wild Pokemon here, of course, gotta be expected. And of course it's a Zubat. Ay, Zubat's just that Pokemon where you see it once, you catch it, and then you never, ever want to see it again. So let's try and get it out of our lives as quickly as possible. Very nice. I'm also trying to get a little bit more experience just because we have a fight coming up that I think might be a little bit risky. Not too risky. But anyway, we head up these stairs right here. And we are back in Castelia City. This is the Castelia Park. There is a little bit of grass here, and there are quite a few new Pokemon that we should be able to encounter, which is pretty awesome. We also have a Moonstone right here, which is quite surprising. What do you have for us, guy? Apparently, this is where it all began for Castelia City. Very fascinating stuff. But anyway, if we go running around in this grass a little bit... Oh, a shaking patch. What could be in this? Probably an Audino, but... Oh, wow! It's a Lilligant. That is surprising. That is the evolved form of a Pokemon that I'm not sure if we've actually seen yet. I'm gonna attack it, and if it manages to survive, then I'll try and catch it. Wow, it survived quite handily. This is not a Pokemon I was expecting to see here. There is one Pokemon in particular that you can find here that everyone was super excited about back when the game came out that you could find here. So we're going to try and see if we can find that one. I'm not sure if I'm going to use any of the Pokemon that we find in this area on my team though, but we'll just leave it open. Snap out of confusion after one turn, which is super awesome. And oh, we got a critical. Ah well. I'm sure that's not the last Lilligant we've seen on our travels. I'm pretty sure you can find them out in the wild normally, wild grass not even required later on. Might be wrong though, but I think that's the case. Alright, oh wow, another shaking patch. Watch it be another Lilligant. Nope, it's an Audino. Well, that's always appreciated considering these things give tons of experience points when defeated. So let's smack it with a return and see what we can do. Now, apologies if you guys were sort of used to the longer episodes last week, but that really was sort of an accident and not really intentional. I'm going to try and keep this week's episodes down a bit on the shorter side. Hope you'll understand, but last week's episodes took about twice as long recording than I wanted it to, so I'm going to try and scale it back a little bit to something more reasonable. Get lots of experience for defeating that Audino. I really want to catch something here. Spent all that money on Pokeballs. Let's see what we can find. I really want to find that one Pokemon. That's not the one I was thinking of, but that is the pre-evolution of Lilligant that we just bought, so let's see if we can weaken it. I'm going to use Leaf Tornado because I don't trust this thing to survive a hit from return. Yeah, look at that. This thing is quite frail, actually. This is one of those weird Pokemon. It's kind of like, honestly, Patilil and Cottony, which is sort of its other version counterpart, kind of remind me of the two fairy-type Pokemon, Swirlix and Spritzy in Generation 6. They're just sort of a random pair of version exclusives. that they sort of just tossed in there for no real reason. I don't know, I just felt like Patilil and Cottonee were just sort of there Pokemon, not really with too much of a purpose. I don't know if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't, in all honesty. Alright, can we please catch this thing? That would be very nice. 1, 2, 3... Caught. Very nice. Gotcha. Patilil was caught. Awesome. Add that data to the Pokedex. The leaves on its head grow right back, even if they fall out. These bitter leaves refresh those who eat them. Very interesting indeed. Transfer that to box 3. Since when were we at box 3? Wow, I guess I just sort of didn't notice that. We've caught a lot of Pokemon in this series. If I'm counting correctly, I believe that was our 72nd Pokemon, which is pretty crazy considering we're only on episode 25. Aha, here's something else that's new. This is Burmy. I'm pretty sure we encountered these in the gym last episode. So now we get the opportunity to catch one, which is super cool, and this brings up something I really hate about Burmy and its evolutions. They spam Protect like there's no tomorrow, and I've already explained how I feel about that. Oh, Protect. So I guess while we're catching Pokemon here, I could mention that some Amiibo got restocked recently, so I was able to procure Greninja and Lucario, and add that to the Charizard and Pikachu I have, and I'm like, sweet, I've got all the Pokemon Amiibo. And then I found a listing for Jigglypuff on Target, and I was like, wow, Jigglypuff is in Smash Brothers. I completely forgot that that was the case. So yeah, I pretty much completely forgot Jigglypuff existed, which is a little bit awkward, and now I'm kind of having a little bit of a fight with myself. Like, Amiibos cost a decent amount of money, at least en masse, so I'm wondering if I want to buy a Jigglypuff Amiibo just so I can really say I have all the Pokemon Amiibo that are out right now. But honestly, I don't really like Jigglypuff all that much. I don't know. Anyway, we caught Burmy. Even if it is born where there are no cocooning materials, it somehow always ends up with a cloak. That is a reference to the fact that Burmy will sort of change its appearance depending on where you fight with it. It can have a dirt/sand form, it can have the grass form that you can see right here, or you can have a fiberglass insulation form, which is a little bit cooler than it sounds, but not by a whole lot. Okay, let's see if we can find more Pokemon. I still haven't encountered that Pokemon that I was talking about. Aha, here it is. This is Eevee. Eevee is found here even in the regular Black and White 2, no hack applied, which is pretty awesome. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this was the first time you could find wild Eevee. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time you could find Eevee in the wild, which I think is really awesome. Eevee is a really cool Pokemon, and in this game in particular, it can evolve into 7 different forms. Sylveon doesn't exist yet. So, assuming we want to catch all the Pokemon, I think we're going to have to come here and catch a lot more Eevee if we're going to want to get the data for all of its evolutions. So that should be interesting once we get to that point. Probably not going to do that right away. I'd probably save that until much later in the series. The unfortunate thing about Eevee is it is relatively difficult to catch. Not too tough, but tough-ish. We'll just go with tough-ish. So let's see if we can catch it. It might take a little bit of time, I don't know. Yeah, see, it's already broken out of like 3 of these things. So we might have a little bit of a problem here, but I'd really like to catch an Eevee just because it's so cute. I'm the kind of person that sort of gushes over Pokemon being cute. I know I'm practically a 20-year-old man, but, you know, sue me. But anyway, we caught it, which is even more awesome than its cuteness. So let's add that data to the Pokedex. Thanks to its unstable genetic makeup, this special Pokemon conceals many different possible evolutions. Perhaps even more evolutions than we currently know about. Woohoo. Seriously though, I want a flying type Eevee evolution, just because I want to see what it would look like. seriously. Just think about that, a flying type Eevee evolution. That'd be awesome. Ooh, did I just run into a shaking grass by accident? I did. So it looks like we get some more free Audino experience since this thing gives out a lot of it. I'm really grateful for the fact that the developers made it so you can find Audino on pretty much every route, because if you're patient enough, it can really pay off in terms of the experience, because they give a very large amount of it, and it's very much appreciated in situations like mine, where I feel like I'm not quite strong enough to take on what's coming up next. Honestly though, this next fight that we're gonna do, I don't think will be as hard as Berg. I feel like Berg was sort of on his own level of difficulty. I don't know, maybe I'm just bad at this game, but I mean, I've been playing it for almost 15 years, so I like to think I'm at least half good at it. Anyway, let's send out Lucario here and Force Palm this thing to death since it infatuated my Servine. That seems pretty conclusive. No one leveled up from that. I'm actually decently surprised at that. A little bit unfortunate, but well. Yet another shaking spot. And yet another Audino. I'm pretty sure in most areas with the shaking grass there's like a 90% chance of Audino, and then a 10% chance of any other given thing to show up, so if you see shaking grass, odds are it's probably an Audino. But I have a feeling we should get a level pretty soon from this thing, which I think would be very nice. Hopefully it'll be on Houndoom, although a level on anyone is probably appreciated at this point. Especially considering our team really, honestly, looking at it, even though it looks great, I feel like it's not really that good for the part of the game we're at. Which is a little unfortunate, but them's the ropes. I have a feeling some of the guys on the team are going to get replaced before too long. Alrighty. Any more wild Pokemon? Oh! I did not know that you could find Baniri in this area. That's pretty awesome. Baniri is okay, I guess. Baniri has an evolution called Lopunny, which also isn't too terribly great, but it got a lot better in Generation 6 when it got a Mega Evolution. So, hopefully we'll be able to catch this thing without too much trouble, and I think the cat also wants to get let out of my room. That's the problem with living with 5 cats. At any given time, one is going to be in your presence, and it will be completely content with being in your presence until you need it to be quiet or something like that, and then we'll start shouting to let them out. But I mean, anyone who owns cats knows that. By extending its rolled up ears and striking the ground, it can bounce so high it surprises itself. Very nice. Send Baniri to box 3, and yes, I'm getting to you. I don't know if you can hear it picking up on the mic, but there's a lot of meowing going on in the background, so I apologize, but I will be right back. Cats like to act like they're all high and mighty, but really they're just a whole bunch of needy babies. Like, let's be honest here. Let's see if we can catch 1 or 2 more Pokemon before we end this episode off. I really just wanted this to be a bit of a pun, a casual Pokemon catching episode. Just because last episode was highly stressful, and I don't really want to have another highly stressful episode right in a row. Plus, I feel like we could really serve to get some more Pokemon under our belt because there's a lot of them. There is a very large amount of them. But anyway, elephant in the room, this is Munna. Interesting fact about this Pokemon, it was, I don't want to say foreshadowed, but a Pokemon similar to its design was described in Generation 1 by, I believe, a picnicker on the route north of Lavender Town. She said that all the Pokemon in the area were boring looking and she'd prefer a pink one with floral patterns, and that description seems to fit Munna pretty well, so take that how you will. This Pokemon appears before people in Pokemon are having nightmares and eats those dreams. So I guess it's kind of like a backwards version of Drowsy in that respect. I wonder if anyone else has picked up on that. Now you might notice I'm running all around through the singles grass, and the doubles grass does generally tend to have one or two different Pokemon allocated to it, but I kind of want to catch as much as I can in the singles grass of any given area first, just because I don't want to have to wind up knocking out a whole bunch of Pokemon that I don't own. Because in the double grass you have to knock out one Pokemon in order to catch the other. Which is a little unfortunate, but that's how they chose to design the game. Even though in Pokemon Colosseum and XD, the player character wasn't so challenged in terms of aiming. I don't know, maybe that weird machine on his wrist would, maybe it had aimbot on it? I don't know. Another shaking grass patch, and yet another Audino. We got that shiny charm several episodes ago. I have to wonder if it's ever actually going to pay off. I'm pretty sure it like triples the rates of shiny Pokemon appearing. Not sure if we're gonna get payoff on that, although, fun fact, Generation 5, even though I never obtained the shiny charm, was the generation where I caught the most shiny Pokemon. To my name, I have a shiny Watchog, a shiny Sandile, and a shiny Clefairy, all just random wild encounters from various Generation 5 games, English, Japanese, all sorts of things like that. I think it's pretty funny because, honestly, they're so rare. I find it surprising how a whole bunch of my shinies were crammed into the time of Generation 5. I'm gonna forego Slam because I really feel like Return is probably better because it does a lot of damage. Houndoom gets level 28 also, which is super awesome. And I think I'm probably done with catching Pokemon in this area. For now. We're probably going to be back in the future. I'm probably going to have to take some time in future parts of the game to sort of backtrack and catch a bunch of Pokemon. But I think for now that I have sort of shown off the Castelia Garden to a decent extent, we've caught, I want to say, 4 Pokemon. I think that's probably okay for this episode. Plus we're coming up on right about 20 minutes here, and I'm recording this a little bit late in the day on Sunday, which is a little bit unfortunate. Some stuff came up, so I'm a little pressed for time. So anyway, let's head back onto the Pokemon Center here and see if we got a hold of any new medals. Because I feel like pretty much every time you walk in a Pokemon Center, they're going to give you a medal for something or other, just don't know what it is. Nope, not this time. A little bit unfortunate, but I suppose them's the ropes. Gonna heal our Pokemon right here. Fun story about healing Pokemon, there was this one time where I went to the Pokemon Center and healed my Pokemon and then immediately turned the game off because I got healing your Pokemon at the Pokemon Center confused with saving the game. So that was an embarrassing day. But anyway, if we look in our Pokedex here, how much have we got? We have obtained 76. Oh wow, we caught 5. Neat. Let's see, if we go to the habitat list, might as well fill these all out. If we go into Route 20, when all the Pokemon in that habitat have been encountered, you'll receive a stamp. Explore all of the Unova region. So as you can see, we've encountered every possible Pokemon on Route 20 that is in the base game. I've explained this before, but basically the habitat list catalogs all the Pokemon that you can find in a particular area, but it has not been updated for the hack, which means all the Pokemon you see here are only the ones that you can see in the vanilla game. But basically, if we scroll through here, we'll earn some more stamps. We've caught every Pokemon that is naturally available in the Verbank complex, which is pretty neat. Scroll through here, we haven't even seen everything in the Castelia City Garden, so we're going to have to keep an eye out on that. But yeah, we've got quite a few areas under our belt, which is pretty cool. So let's head back out here and switch over to National. I always check this Pokedex right before I stop the recording, just so I can make our end slates. A little bit of a diversion there, but I think it's pretty cool to sort of peruse the Pokedex every now and again, just to get an idea of our progress in the series. But speaking of progress in the series, I think now that we have caught 5 more Pokemon, we are going to end things off here, and next time on Pokemon Blaze Black 2, I think we're going to be paying a visit to someone who's a little bit of a series veteran. You might know who I'm talking about if you were pretty hawk-eyed a few videos ago when we were exploring the city. But anyway, without further ado, I will see you guys next time.